Welcome back to OpenTTD. We are happy to announce new management will take over here at the Baltica transport company every few years. It's a tradition, and today we're happy to greet FR Kalivipoek, an Estonian man who has taken the helm of the company after a careful evaluation of different prospects, and he has promised a much greater focus on the well, of course, we will focus on Estonia to connect up things here, but also on the Finnish territories. So his first order of business will be to connect up the villages surrounding Helsinki to Helsinki main central, because we obviously want to allow the people of Finland to be nicely connected up, which is currently, unfortunately, still not the case. So then let's focus on the area here around Kotka, and here's the village of Kuvola, which so far is an isolated place, but it's a place where probably people would like to travel upwards to these lakes here to go fishing, go camping, to explore nature a bit, go a little bit away. Although I suppose the nature in Finland is quite great, so I think you will find nature almost everywhere. But this is close to the city, so why not connect it up and maybe allow the people of the village also to come down to Kotka and sell their wares here at the harbor. It's all a great opportunity for both sides, I believe. I also see that the station here in Kotka is running almost over with passengers that are in dire need of transportation into the city center. We already upgraded this to a railway line, not a railway, a tram line, but I suppose it wouldn't hurt to increase that. So let me just double check that. Is that a tram for passengers? Yes, it is. Alright, then we shall buy 5 more of them. I suppose it must be necessary. So the question is here, do we want to run a little tram line here? Or will this be a real railway? Tram line sounds intriguing. I mean, it's not that far. It's not that far indeed. So maybe we'll run a tram. Right. For that, we will also firstly construct a road to put the tram line on. So where do we cross? So do we want to cross over here? Or do we want to cross over there and then build a bridge? Good questions. I feel almost both kind of are good options, so maybe we'll just do both. So we'll kind of sneak along here. This I don't like so much, that's why I was trying to avoid it. Right, and then we can try to build a bridge here. Well, honestly, this looks dreadful. No, we need like a bridge where there's a wider water. Maybe up here it would be okay. Yeah, I think so. Okay, sort of. The other place I wanted to cross was over here. So we'll also run that here along the backside of the building. I feel like that just gives it a little bit of a flair. Why not? Alright, that is perfectly fine. So of course we will restore the naturous area here around Kuvola. That people here feel like we didn't destroy things. And then we will run a little tram line up here to connect the town up. That should be plenty. So alright, one time over here, along here, and then back in. That is a quite long journey, but that's how we will do it. So we will install some new vehicles for that, which will be, well, we have new ones actually. Stanley First is a good one. Alright, then we will run that from Kotka city center to Kouvola. That should be fine. Let's start with 4 of them. That should be good. So we can then already manage that a bit. So I have a little bit of an organizational system here, which is going to be that we now have, well, we kind of have it. Where's the Kotka is grouped under Helsinki public transport. Interesting. Suppose it's called the Helsinki public transport, but it runs all the transportation for all the other cities, I guess. Well, then this company shall kind of also run the connection here. So this is going to be the Kotka to Kouvola line, and we will put these 4 wagons in there. We probably also will run a small railway connection here, so we'll also add that Kotka Kouvola, sorry, railway connection. I meant, of course, a post connection, because obviously sometimes you don't want to personally deliver stuff. You want to maybe just send over something by post. So let's enable people also to do that, and for that let's find a mail carriage. Here we'll rely on horses, and we will just transport from here to there. We also run 3 of that. Let's go. A new cider mill under construction near Ostrolenka. I'm not sure where Ostrolenka is. Kotka Kulova. Okay, so the streets here quite busy, seems like, but that's fine. A few of the trams will then make their way up north, hopefully, to connect people up. And there's still a bunch of people here wanting to go to the city center, but we will deal with that at a different time. So then we're satisfied with that. Maybe there's some getting lost here. So it seems perhaps that we did not connect this up properly. So let me just double check the routes here. So is that connected? Because that's the critical part, where probably there was something on the road when I constructed it and then maybe didn't connect. That's the usual problem. So let's see when this finally gets emptied out. Yeah, that was the problem. That's what I suspected. Let me just double check here. The bridge looks good. Here looks good. Here definitely also all looks good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the issue. So let's see. Yes, now the trams here taking the way. But one thing that is of consideration, now that we have the knowledge that there's a much better public transportation available, we should consider quickly in all the empire and all the things whether we want to replace a few things. So firstly, about tanker carriages, probably those probably are still quite fine. 2-horse tanker carriages, no. 2-horse passenger tram, yeah, we can replace those with better ones probably. Well, actually they're not better. The 2-horse passenger tram is probably better than the Stanley First, actually. That is surprising. So the steam carriage here, that one is actually faster at least, but this one is actually not better than the 2-horse. Fascinating. The horses are a little bit more expensive, but they're more reliable, and they carry one more passenger. That is interesting. Alright, well then there's no need to necessarily upgrade, but I will still consider quickly that we have here the route in Kotka, and then for consistency I will sell the old ones and make them this new one. Just they're a little bit slower, but I think we can use the additional passengers much more than the speed here, because it's not such a long distance. And Kovola will also soon receive their first people. So then we have a few more options what we want to expand. So I'm feeling like these three, they're like gonna be a little branch line. So I think we're gonna start with that, and that should be an easy choice to do. We'll just build out some stations. So those will be of course our favorite wooden platforms. And let's see, the basic version with benches, sure. So we'll put one track, platform length 7, put it right here, probably. Yeah. So this is gonna be Salo, which is gonna be the end stop. Then Raseborg will be a nice intermediary stop up here. Place it a little bit like off, so we have good going along the coast. And then we go to Loja. And we'll put that station down here. And that should be it, because the rest will be going onto the main line. So the question is, will this be linking to Baltica or to Helsinki East in the end? I guess it doesn't quite matter, because both are kind of connected to the network. We could even have technically another station, which would be nice. Also there's a hotel here, which we're not really grabbing anywhere. So Espoo has a hotel that was grown. I suppose that's a good reason as any to have a third railway station here in Helsinki. Platform length of 7. Yeah, it will just be a basic station, I guess. Nothing too fancy, of course. Well, it's called Espoo, I suppose. Technically, it's not. In our world, Espoo is a suburb of Helsinki. So we're gonna call this the Helsinki Espoo. Well, Espoo doesn't have a railway station right now, so we'll call it Helsinki Espoo. I suppose so. We have Helsinki East. We could have called it Helsinki West. That was my first thought, but I feel like Espoo is kind of Helsinki West here. So we'll just link that up. Like so. And then here we have some similar thought going on. Oh, one off. Okay, so there will be one train exactly on these routes. We don't expect there to be any crazy thing going on here. I will extend these towns out a bit so that they have a little bit of room to grow into things. Yes, I know they will dislike that. I will have to probably still construct the stations. I didn't construct them fully yet, so I have to be a bit mindful that we don't piss them off too bad. Okay, I will then make things up a little bit for them. looks good. And up here, down here, yeah. So then, because we still have to make the stations a bit more pretty, I didn't think of that. So here we used kind of the ones with grass on the one side. So let's see. Always a bit confusing for me. So these are some shelters here. And then we have the tapered edge here. The other side one is that one. And that should be good. And then here we have the opportunity to use the buffered stop. But kind of, it's this one, right? Yeah, the platform is on the other side. Okay, I'm just looking. So tapered off edge here. Here's the buffer stop, but no, that's different. What buffer? This one. Okay, now that looks good. Some random place to go up and look towards the trains, I guess. Why not? And then some shelter here, also a good idea. And that should be it. Right. Then we'll also build like a little place for them to go into maintenance here at the edge. All right. And here in Helsinki, so one big question is, of course, do we connect it at all to our existing network? And I think the answer should be yes, although it will not be used primarily, to be honest. So, oh, that is not what I wanted at all. Espoo West, forget about that. I wanted to build a bridge potentially. That was my thought initially here. So we could kind of extend this out a bit. Give us bridge over there. Viaduct one, kind of. Oh, terrible. Alright, modern one it is. Okay, so they could come from there. And then they have the opportunity to join into this route here. And then they can also come up here and then into that. That's at least the first thought I have. Maybe we'll make it so that they can only go down into the station. Maybe with a little junction here just in case. But yeah, it's a tight corner, but at least they can technically go there. That's kind of my thought. As I said, it's not intended to be used at all, this junction here. This is more like for, yeah, that you have it, just so to have it. Then with Helsinki Espoo, we should also consider extending that station a bit and also adding a tiny bit of road here. Yeah, and potentially Espoo is interested to grow over here eventually. That could be good for it. Then actually we want to still extend the station. I forgot about that. New clay pit near Lida. Okay, maybe a bit too much construction going on currently. We cannot catch up with it. So we have a buffer stop here at the end. Again. We also, for some reason, have these things to just, I don't know, there's not even a bridge between them, just to look out. What else we want? Let's put, well actually let's put like a real one. That would make sense. What else we have? Something fun? I guess you have to look at those top ones here. So these shelters. Alright, and then they're tapered off ones here at the edge. So is it still long enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's long enough. So that should be quite good. So I suppose we'll start the train up here because that's kind of how it is. And I want to use as the bases, the ones that we used here in these routes. Let's see if I can catch that train when it comes here, or where is it? Like, it's that one, right? Yeah. The vehicle is not available. Ugh. Alright, we'll have to construct a new one then. So, why should it not be available? At least the ones that we recently built, they should be available. Sorry, which one? St. Petersburg to Volnov. This one should be available. It's the D241. It's D40. Okay, this one is available. Okay, right. A little bit of traffic jam here. We'll have to maybe take a look at things. So our goal here is now to take that one, give it some new instructions, which is to go from Helsinki Espoo to here to there, then to here. I think the order should be a bit different. I kind of messed that up. I wanted to do it the smart way with this, but I kind of messed it up. So on the way back you go here and then to Espoo. So that's it. Let's go. St. Petersburg, Volnov. We have to sort that in so that we are not mistaking it later on. It's putting it in the wrong category otherwise. So this is accidentally part of another route. So it should be on this line here, and it's this train here, but in fact it should be here on the Baltica, which now it was kind of stupidly put into the bottom here. So let's make a new route here. Espoo to Salo. Yeah, it's not really anything special. It's kind of like this, similar to this one, this Helsinki line. So we'll call this the Helsinki Espoo to Salo. Yeah, it's passenger and mail combined. So I don't usually, I mean, I'm not having a good system here to split them out and how I organize stuff. So don't judge me, it's not great, but yeah, it's fine. So then the last town here in Finland that we would like to connect is this town of Lahti. And Lahti here is a bit isolated. Oh, there's another one, Porvo. So both of them are a little bit isolated. Well, technically Helsinki has a chance to grow over there. Helsinki is kind of structured because we have like kind of put some connection here that it's not allowed to. They want to all go to Kotka. Of course they want to be Kotka. Right, because of future expansion options we had like prevented Helsinki from growing further. So I think what we're going to do firstly here is try to upgrade that station a bit. I would like to set it one back because then we can have a buffered stop. Right now it's a little bit impossible. So, okay, in removal mode. Right, so then we will put a second platform here, just for making the station appear bigger. So this kind of thing should connect all of them up. And this one we actually want to put, then we could not put a signal, so we actually need to move it up one further even. So it should be like this, and this one will become platform territory, which means that we put some signals here. Okay, so now let's design on the system. So let's start buffer stops. 2 of them at the edge here. Then we'll have easy access to the other platform. Well, actually that should be at the end for consistency. Like there's no sense in moving here because you enter the station from that side probably. So instead we will put shelters here directly behind. Well, looks a little bit not quite correct. So I will, I think, make that a little bit more like this. Then like here, and then at the end here we're just tapering it off, something like that. There's missing someone here. Yeah, that should be good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Okay, so Helsinki East has grown significantly, and what we need to do now is we will allow it to come up into the territory that I blocked for myself, because I want to allow the city to grow. Are you kidding me? I just destroyed this building, and you just immediately sold it off to somebody to build their stuff on. Like, are you kidding me? All right. Okay. So here we can also give that up. This plot of land. They can have it. I just want to do a tiny bit of terraforming here, because I want to allow the station here to be kind of on the road. Okay, there's a little bit of a railroad track. No, I don't want to destroy any structure. I kind of put, I guess, the platform here. Not the platform, yeah, the station platform. So let's see, remove. That should be removed now, right? Yeah. Okay, so road, like so. Then here we can put a road, but maybe it's not too good. Maybe like this. Okay, and then I want there to be some connection here. Okay, this is gonna be the new area of Helsinki that we're gonna give to the city here. Right, like that. And I would love if there was a little bridge here. That would be looking cool, right? It's a bit tight for a bridge. We could put it over here, though. Yeah, that could be cool. Yeah, and if you think like Helsinki will not grow over here, look at Riga. Everything's possible. If you just bring the transportation to the people will move into the suburbs. Helsinki East here will be a roaring success. I'm pretty sure of it. So the only connection is that, like, what do we want to do? We want to build also the tramway over here. It's a possibility. I kind of want to put like a road network over here. It's kind of like a little park area here, to be honest. It looks really nice. Okay, we're preparing here for a lot of future growth, I guess, because we're also putting all the pavement here in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, let's see how Helsinki hopefully grows out of this little corner that I put it in. It's still kind of slowly expanding into that new areas here. So a little bit more transportation into Helsinki could do wonders. So we could do a little branch line here. I think that would be nice to do a little bit more railroading. Why not? Let's do it. So this is kind of going to be Helsinki Far East, the city of Porvoo. So it's going to be having one station up here, I guess. That's going to be my idea. So let's go with that. I'm always looking for stuff here. I wish it was like kind of that I could sort it by what type of station I want to have, because I'm somewhat always getting confused by what I'm looking for. So this weird looking buffer stop is going to be here. Then we'll have some generic platform stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ugh. Okay, this will be pretty tight fit. because here's 7. Well, it's possible. I mean, it's gonna be single tracked anyway. I wish I would have put it a bit more back, to be honest. It would have looked maybe better, and it's not yet too late, so. Buffer stop, where are you? It looks a little bit different than I always remember it. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The last one is not needed. We'll remove it. Then here we have probably the option to use the end item. Then we'll put a little bit of shelter here, some way to cross here. That's going to look great. And for the road, we'll also make it look a little bit nicer like this. I know the city will hate it, right? They will love it in the end. In the end, they will love it. So now we're gonna go across here. And here, yeah, anyway, here's a bit of signaling missing, right? Or it could be at least improved. We'll remove this signaling here, because it is a bit in the way. And here we'll do another kind of connection like this. So it looks crazy, but it should work. Signals. And signals. Right. All good? All good. So where's the next place to build a train? It would be up here. So we'll do it up here. It's gonna have to be a really short train, to be honest. Like, we don't need, like, this is kind of a local quick runner. So we'll just build like a cheap train. Doesn't have to even, it could be like a shunting engine even. It's like supposed to not be even fast. So whatever is the cheapest. Just whatever is left over, we take it. Some old freight locomotive. Yeah, it's all good. Let's take it. Then the station is so big, we should not have put it like that big, to be honest. But it's okay. Mail trains, 2, 3, let's put 3. Passengers, mostly it's just the suburbs, so we don't even have like first class, it's just third class. So that's gonna be it. And we'll run just from Helsinki to Porvoo, just a kind of pro forma connection so that we have something for the people. We don't pretend like it's a lot, but it's something. So this is good. This is really nice. And here comes the little train. Just connecting up Porvoo. Alright, then the last one I want to do is Lahti. So Lahti here is nicely isolated here in the woods. It's very idyllic. And we'll do the same here. Disrupt their tranquility a little bit by building a noisy network next to them. But we'll try to be considerate. So it's like a little bit down below here. So I'm thinking maybe to put it up here probably is the best way, behind these houses. Alright, then we will do that. I guess I want to use these one-sided ones though. So before they have the opportunity to complain too much, I will already make it a bit longer, like so. Alright. So then the ramp here, a few huts, and that's gonna be it. Nothing too fancy for them. And we will also build out a little road that goes to the station. And yeah, honestly, that's gonna have to suffice. I'll just build them a little bit of some network up here so that when the town grows eventually, that they are not boxing themselves in some stupid way. We'll also connect the station up from that side, so the people who maybe in the future live over here can then easier connect to. And yeah, then we will just do the necessary, which is gonna have to be come out here somewhere, probably right here on the edge here. Something like that should be good. So putting back some signals, and we can put some signals here as well. And then we're just gonna join that into one. And then make our way up here, over there, like that. That's gonna be it. Just a tiny branch line. That will be perfect. So then let's take our cloning tool and we get the same kind of thing here. We'll go from Helsinki East and then we're gonna transfer over here to Lahti. Just a little connection, but it will mean a lot to those people that they can go to Helsinki East, I think. So it will be very nice for them. How are the transport options here? Yeah, a few people are happy here with that. Here we put a little bit of a larger train that also accelerates a bit more. It also would be a question now that we have this one train that kind of goes onto the main line. Well, not really. It goes onto the branch that goes into the steel, basically. So it's not as problematic, but I was thinking because it's a slow train, maybe we should have put a faster engine on it. You could have made that argument, I think. Here it doesn't really matter. This tiny branch here, it's not blocking a lot. But now here, for example, is like coming a bigger train who's coming in from, yeah, from Kotka and all that stuff. So definitely, yeah, it's blocked out a little bit, but that's okay. Maybe, just for thinking about it, I will reserve myself a little bit of the space here. So I want to have this tile, and I want to have these areas here right next to the station, just in case of that we do some future stuff. So at least for now, hopefully we can tell the people to not build directly next to the railway. Up here it's okay. Although I think I would love to connect that bridge here so that it's actually connected. Okay, nice. So out of spite, are they coming here or are they angry at us for ruining their neighborhood? One guy wants to go. All right, at least somebody. Okay, so the station here will become a little bit more busy. There's a lot of people here. Also some going to Porvoo. And a lot of them want to go to Kotka, of course. So quite a lot of people want to go to Kotka. Do we have exactly one train only for that route? Let me check. Helsing to Lappeenranta Regional. That's the one that also goes to Kotka. No, we have 3 trains on that route. Okay, then let's assume that's okay for now. But here, that is not okay, that we have no stations over here. Because here's a huge hotel that, well, it now is in reach of the network here, I suppose, technically. But I still think it's worth to build a station here in Espoo, and also for Espoo to have some mail transport maybe, because we have no mail transportation here. Okay, so we're gonna call this differently. This is gonna be Espoo Baltica site. But no, that's a stupid name. Espoo Tunnel. Anything cool for tunnel? Tunnel. Espoo Tunnel. Let's call it like that. It's near the tunnel, so right. Then we have to modify some of the routes. So we have a route here which probably goes Helsinki Baltica to Espoo, and I think that line is pretty important. I will just establish a new one, maybe. Yeah, I think at one point I said that it's not that I don't want to be the vehicle depot. Place it somewhere where I will always find it next to the railway. But I didn't anticipate that. Of course, they would construct a lot of nonsense here. And they're already constructing some new stuff here. I'm excited to see what they will do. So here we will just have some passenger transportation, not like high capacity. So it will go from here to Espoo to Helsinki Central and back. So that's kind of the quick inner city connection. And here we'll put 4 of them on. I'm also going to take some of that mail transportation here into the horses. And here we're going to go from there to Espoo, which are currently not connected at all. And I will connect them to the Baltica main station. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. It just has to be connected to at least one station. I guess it would have made sense that Helsinki Espoo also gets a connection from the tram, but it's not in the budget right now. Well, we have 11 million on the bank, but they don't tell. All right, that should be at least something. So we'll send those out. So this is good stuff. Then here, a bunch of passengers go from the hotel mainly. I think they're still spawned here. And then these towns are now a little bit better connected. So this is nice. The town's up here. Nobody wants to take the new network yet, or it was just here. And these ones are also probably not very busy because it's just a small line. It will not give us a lot of traffic, but it's just a pro forma connection that everything is connected. Up here it looks like it's more decently busy. And let's see what else we connected. Those are all right. Good. Then I think I'm pretty happy with the results of this. So thank you for joining us on this first little adventure to connect Finland up, and we'll continue here next time. See you then. Bye bye.